is with. Oh, hi historians. I'm just brushing up on my ancient languages a bit. So, these early Egyptian hieroglyphics show a couple of great birds. But these pictures don't look like a bird at all. Wait, I think I got it. This new language must be the Phoenician alphabet. Unlike Egyptian hieroglyphics, which often represented whole words or concepts like birds, the Phoenician alphabet represented sounds. Now this spells out bird. This might not seem like a big deal, but it completely changed the way we communicate. It actually laid the foundation for the modern alphabet we use today. But the Phoenicians were a lot more than just language pioneers, and they're only half of the story today. Hey, before we go any further, let's check out our objectives for the day. Describe the geography of Phoenicia and the Hittite Empire. Describe the technology and cultural practices of the Hittites and why they are important. And describe the technology and cultural practices of Phoenicia and why they are important. Are you ready, historians? All right, picture this. Two incredible ancient civilizations, Phoenicia and the Hittite Empire, each one with amazing and unique surroundings that shaped their ways of life. Now first, imagine living on the beach, but instead of building sandcastles, you're crafting top-notch ships. Now that was Phoenicia. Situated right on the Mediterranean Sea's coast, a little north of Israel and Judah, these Phoenicians were like the sea captains of their day, sailing and trading up and down the coast. Now think of them as the ultimate beach business owners. But their land wasn't just a sandy beach. It was full of towering mountains and sharp valleys, which made land travel as tricky as solving a challenging puzzle. So instead of traveling by land, the Phoenicians became expert shipbuilders, turning these challenges into a bustling seaside civilization. On the flip side, let's travel inland to the powerful Hittite Empire. Are you ready? Now picture a land of highlands and valleys, like a giant roller coaster of ups and downs, located in what we now know as Turkey. No beachfront property here, but that didn't stop the Hittites. They became super soldiers, focusing on their military power to stretch their empire across the rolling hills. Now, these rolling hills weren't just good for building strong legs, though. The Hittites were farming geniuses, using their green thumbs to grow an economy as strong as their soldiers. So, two amazing civilizations, each one shaped by their own unique landscapes. Makes you wonder, how does where we live shape who we are? Think about that, explorers, as we journey on. Let's stay with the Hittites, shall we? Now, we know that great empires create lots of cool stuff, and the Hittites existed during the Iron Age. That might give us a clue as to some of the cool things they might have come up with. Got some predictions? Cool. Now let's see how you did. Now the Hittites were Iron Age trendsetters, among the first to ever master ironworking. They whipped up amazing stuff, not just from iron, but also copper and bronze before that. Now picture them crafting shiny swords, sturdy shields, and amazing spears like these seen here. These metal masterpieces were the envy of civilizations far and wide. And chariots. Yeah, you heard that right. The Hittites came up with these super speedy two-wheel chariots pulled by horses. Now imagine zipping around the battlefield on one of those. And what's that? Laws on clay tablets? Yep, the Hittites had those too. Now just like Hammurabi's code, they etched their laws into clay. Remember how Hammurabi specified an eye for an eye? Well, Hittite laws also laid out specific punishments for many crimes, but theirs seemed more forgiving and humane. From who owned what to how to get a divorce, they had rules for everything, and they really cared about fairness and justice. Now, these Hittite laws helped shape the legal systems of future civilizations. Impressed yet? Well, hang on to those thinking caps while we check out another amazing civilization. All right, word wizards and sailing enthusiasts, it's time to dive into the world of the Phoenicians. Like we said, the Phoenicians were like the ancient inventors of texting. They created one of the first alphabets, and instead of a bunch of symbols for all sorts of words, their genius alphabet had 22 symbols that represented sounds. We spelled out bird earlier. Let's look at another word. Okay, using the alphabet shown on the left, can you tell what this word is? Take a moment to figure it out. Hey, nice job. Since you're so smart, why do you think an alphabet based on sounds would be important? Before, you had to memorize a different symbol for every single word you knew. And people know a lot of words. But with the Phoenician system, you could just think of how the word sounds and use the same 22 letters over and over again to create the word quickly. Now, that's a time saver. The Phoenicians didn't just stop at creating an alphabet. Remember those beach vibes we talked about? Well, the Phoenicians became super sailors, building a navy that would make a pirate jealous. Sailing wasn't just for fun, though. They used their naval skills like ancient shopping malls, trading all over the Mediterranean and beyond. And they spread their culture as they went. While they were at it, Phoenicia expanded its colonies, even along the North Africa coast and into Europe. Now imagine Phoenician city-states emerging like flowers blooming in a garden, with Carthage being the tallest sunflower, continuing to stand tall even after the rest of the garden began to wilt. And get this, they were famous for a fancy, vibrant purple dye made from sea snails, known as Tyrian purple. Now, this color was the ancient version of designer clothes, used only for the royals and super rich. Phoenicia and the Hittite Empire were like a chocolate milkshake and a big lollipop. Very different, but each great in their own way. Now remember the beach-loving Phoenicians? Their super sailor skills led to a vast trading network that spread Phoenician culture like ripples in a pond. And which of these forms of writing do you think had a bigger impact on history? Or which one more resembles how your alphabet works? Yeah, the Phoenicians. Now imagine the mighty Hittites. They were the masters of metals, making iron weapons and tools that even superheroes would admire. Their fearsome weapons and super speedy chariots became the envy of future empires, even the mighty Greeks. But hold on to your hats, explorers. We're not done in the Levant yet. We have one more big adventure on the agenda, a civilization so mighty it'll blow your mind. Here's a clue. Until then, historians, keep uncovering the past and looking to the future. And remember to always be clever. Hey, hey.